It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, this little bottle looks familiar. What do we got?
We have Rock Hill Farms.
What can you tell us about this guy?
I can tell you that it's a single barrel. It is 100 proof. It is mash bill number 2 from Buffalo Trace, which the other ones are Blanton's, Elmer T. Lee, and Hancock's Presidential Reserve.
Yeah.
Which are all single barrels, actually.
Right, all 4 of those.
Yes, and this was, came out in 1990, following the popularity of Blanton's. And they kept the horse motif.
Of course. Gotta keep that.
Gotta keep them horses going.
Horse motif. Hold for cork pop. Oh yeah. Good cork pop.
You were telling me about the story behind the name. Well,
I'll just leave that on there for now.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
So Blanton's was of course named for Albert D. Blanton, who had just so much to do with the success of the Buffalo Trace Distillery. So this is actually named after his farm.
I feel like they're all hunted, except for the Hancocks. I don't really feel like that's hunted. People don't really talk about it very much.
They don't. Well, I would call this number 3 as far as popularity. I would call the Hancock's Presidential Reserve probably
number
4.
4. So you would say Blanton's Elmer or Elmer Blanton's.
Oof.
That's tough.
That is tough. So let's not weigh in on that.
They'll weigh in.
Yes,
I'm
weigh
sure.
in the comments below. But yes, but this is the highest proof. Like all the others, it's a non-age stated. But what makes it different is this is rumored to be around 8. Some say 10. I doubt 10 anymore. But
unlikely, but could be.
Around in that area. Now it is going to be older typically than Blanton's, because Blanton's all comes from Warehouse H, which is the only metal warehouse. This doesn't come from Warehouse H, so the metal warehouse things kind of age quicker in there. So this is technically older, but it might taste around the same profile.
I never thought about it like that.
Perhaps, it just comes from different warehouses. But yeah, 100 proof.
Shelf price.
A couple years ago, when I could still sort of find this along with Blanton's, it was usually cheaper. Just a little bit cheaper than Blanton's.
Because I feel like now when I see it, it's always like $100.
No, it should be around...
But I also see Blanton's marked up a crazy amount too, so you really can't compare that.
It should be around $50 to $60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad when you become desensitized to the secondary prices? I just now thought that was the original price, and I was very wrong. It reminds me of Blanton's, but it almost has like more brown sugar or something.
Yeah. Reminds me more of...
I think that's the proof, though, coming through that, like, little extra oomph.
It reminds me a little bit more of E.H. Taylor.
Okay.
And that might be because they're both 100 proofs. But yeah, you're getting the...
You get that spice.
The spice, kind of coming up. But there's also... What's underneath there? Some berries, some sugar.
Yeah, there's definitely some sugar, some fruit, and some sweet elements going on. But you're still getting a nice balance with the spice and the oak. Mm-hmm. That it's not coming across like overly sweet.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had this. Like, it's not something that we see often, and it's not one that I ever, I don't know, maybe it's because I know that we never see them, so I don't think about it as an option to drink on every day.
Right.
Or anything.
It's good to finally uncork it.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice caramel with a building heat as it goes down, but this nice like caramel barrel, vanilla-ish.
Very toasted vanilla.
Yeah.
Light oak, brown sugars,
Definitely
delicate
the brown
fruit.
sugar, yeah.
Like really nice. Chad, I just realized that I think without knowing it,
That you're in love.
Well, I think I like it more than I like Blanton's, which people are going to be like,
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think Blanton's fans are diehard Blanton's fans, and that's totally fine.
I don't know. You
think it's the proof?
The proof.
The proof.
I think...
It's like spot on with where the flavors are at. Like,
yes.
I think it's the perfect proof. And now I kind of wish that we hadn't done this, because now I'm like, oh, I like that. But guess what? You can't drink it all the time. I mean, now this one's open, so we kind of...
You just run the risk of, finishing a bottle and then not having access to another one.
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw one of these.
It's been a while. It becomes allocated for like drawings and raffles and so forth, unfortunately.
I don't want to perpetuate that. If it's available in your area, that's really cool. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not always the case.
I gotta tell you, I am enjoying this a lot more than I had remembered.
Me too. Like I said, it's been such a long time. I feel like we're getting reacquainted with each other. That is nice.
There's also like some fruit in there, or fruit or berries. It's that sweetness.
Well, I think it's like that bruleed brown sugar toasted vanilla that are sweet things, but when you add that like toasted oak with the vanilla and the brulee, like that char to the brown sugar, you get those sweet savory flavors. I really get that coming through here. It's super nice. And that like kiss of rye finish, that like gentle heat.
Yeah.
Because it's not overpowering at the 100 proof mark. And for all you people that are like upset about the Blanton's comment, I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe no one's upset.
Well, it's the internet. Someone somewhere
is upset about something. Let's be real. No, I really do like Blanton's. Like, I think that you have to take into account that I tend to lean higher proof, and this, like, for me is falling right where I like it.
Same.
If you put them both in front of me and asked me which one I would purchase.
Yeah, if they're the same price, I would have to go, and that might just be because I've drank a lot more Blanton's. Wow,
you mean you've drunk?
I've drunk a lot more.
I don't know which one's right.
Blanton's. It always sounds wrong, but I think it is. I've drunk more Blanton's.
It's true, I'm a lot more familiar with Blanton's.
Yes.
But I also think that that's why I can, without trying them side by side, that I can feel confident in my statement. Because I'm like very familiar with it, and I do like it, and it's a great, great product.
Here's an idea.
Oh?
Down the road, we should have a flight fight that has this, Blanton's, Elmer T. Lee.
Mash
and,
Bill number 2.
Yeah, and Hancock's presidential reserve.
If we can ever find one that's not a pick.
Oh, but we've got one.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Well, we have so many.
That's like 88.9.
hiding.
Elmer is 90, Blanton's is 93, and this is 100. So
good memory,
within
Chad.
about 11 proof points of each other.
Yeah.
Roundabout. So here always comes the hard part when you're talking about the recommend or not, because this isn't something that typically you can just go out and buy.
True.
If you could, and it was the normal retail price of around $50 to $60, absolutely. But unfortunately, you're probably going to be either stuck with having to hunt this, maybe wait in line, do raffles, or pay secondary. And we don't keep up on the secondary, so I can't tell you what this would fetch on there. But I think what we have to do because of that is recommend it based on retail, even though it's not very available.
Right.
And of course, that's a big recommend.
Huge recommend.
Yeah.
I think that's your own personal judgment. It's, how badly do you want it, and what are you willing to pay for it, and like how much do you want to play into that secondary market?
Yeah.
Personally, I think if you're watching this channel, you're probably open to waiting in line for something anyway. So if you're going out anyways, and like by the time your name got called or you got up in line and this was still left, you're not gonna go home sad. I don't think. Like this is a great thing to go home with in that scenario.
Love the mouthfeel, the palate, the finish.
Finish is really getting me.
Everything
so
about
good.
this is just scrumptious. I've never used that word to describe a bourbon, but it's scrumptious. It really is.
It's really balanced, and I think it's for 100 proof, easy, very easy. I could have another one right now. I might have. Oh, come on. You just told me I could have what I wanted. You said it. You heard. It's on record.
You're all witnesses.
It's recorded. You're a witness.
Yeah. No, this is very, very good. Definitely recommend.
Tasty treat.
This episode brought to you by whiskyambitions.com. It is our home on the internet for glassware such as this, also such as this, a drink more water, t-shirts, and a lot more. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron. It's patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join in our community and conversations. Get tipped off to little meetups. Get your own private Patreon-only podcasts, amongst other things.
Yeah, definitely. We also have some playlists, previous episodes and favorite episodes that are now on the screen. You can click up here to subscribe. That'll do it. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
We'll see you over there in the next video. Until then, drink more bourbon.